outside
No,
and start,
hurting our cars.
yep, knocking out windows and banging up cars.
Now, I have a treat in my hand. Are you going to stay here? You're going to stay here? Are you going to let me take your picture? Or you just want a treat? I just want a treat. I just want a treat. Say, get ready for California landscapes, people. My mom's going to make pretty collages. Come back here. Okay, there you go. Ouch. Good morning, good morning. Happy March. But it's not really March. It's still February. But I was going to give you a review of one of the journals that I made in the past couple years. But I need to get my packet of paper together. Much like the packet of paper I used for this journal, which is still sitting right here. Excuse me while I move my file folder. This is just me. I'm doing the same thing in fabric that I've been doing in paper, using up scraps. And I can put like an iPad in here, not an iPad, a Mac or whatever, or paper. But I'm not going to use it for this project. But I have several of these that I keep with like my bags to go to back and forth to the beach and stuff like that, even though we haven't been able to go back and forth right now. But like I have one of these for my iPad, one of these for my Mac, a littler one for cords. I mean, they're all just me, again, using up scraps. And it's just crazy quilted, completely crazy quilted, which is one of my favorite things to do. And then I have a placemat or napkin fetish. These came from like World Market, which is sort of like, I hate to say this, a smaller version of IKEA, sort of. They started out as Cost Plus, because they started out in San Francisco. We used to go to Cost Plus. But these are just napkins that I've used for the inside, but on the outside, using up scraps. So I have decided that, or I had already decided that I was going to make landscapes. So I need to collect some paper. So I thought, well, this might be a good way to give you all my thoughts on how I'm going to do this. This is paper that I made. Oh, this one didn't turn out so good, but it's got some variations of color in it, but sort of mud. This one is greens. These are pictures of some of the journals I've made, and all the colors just blended. And it's creating this amazing paper. This is one, Robert McClendon, yesterday, Saturday for you, Saturday for everybody, yesterday for me. Saturday the 24th, I think it was. She was doing what she called quilting with a jelly plate, and she was making layers and putting them in like square fashions. I did the same thing with bits and pieces of this kind of stuff that I've been making. And I got distracted by the delivery man, aka the husband, who has an Amazon envelope in his hand, and it might be my Midori book, but I don't think it's supposed to be here just yet. But anyhow, there's a little bit of lighter colors, green, blue, a little bit of purple right here. Anyhow, so I've been making paper. So I need to gather the paper together, much like the fashion I had last month, and keep it all together. And it's just parameters I give myself. It's not necessary. As you can tell, we had in the middle of one clip, somehow the camera put everything in very slow motion, and this was a 2-hour and 40-minute video. I don't know why. It's all one clip. It's not piecemealed. I don't know. But anyhow, I'm opening my Tomoa River paper thing that came through the mail through Amazon, and it's not a thing. It's a notebook. But this is really slow again. Why is this slow? Hopefully this is not an indicator on how this journal is going to go, because I'm having to really speed stuff up. Otherwise, it's not going to edit. It's beautiful Tomoa River paper. It's dot grid. It's an A5 size. I don't remember how much it was. More than a Midori journal, which is what I'm going to show you next. And the paper in the Midori journal is kind of like a slick copy paper. This is the Midori Journal. I don't know if there's any more paper in here. The Tomorrow River paper has 160 pages, so 80 solid pages front to back. I am going to put a plastic cover over this because the room known as my craft room / doom tunnel, especially right now, I don't want this cover to get wrecked because the paper on the cover is gorgeous. It's really thick, textured, really, really high-end cardstock. It's beautiful. I don't think the book lays flat because of the spine. You can't kind of like flatten it out all the way. If I find that that is different, I'll let you know. And I don't, let me see if I can figure out how much it was since I'm sitting here in front of my iPad. But it's nice. It's really nice. Now, you know, Tomorrow River paper is very strong paper, and it'll take watercolor greatly. Why is this doing this? Anyhow. Hello, computer. Everything's moving slow motion here. So what I'm doing is going through another thing of paper that I found. Okay, it was $16.30. This is another envelope of paper I found. I'm going to put all of my stuff in here, and I relabel this envelope to March. But I don't know why this moves so slow. It still feels like this is on 8 times speed. It's so frustrating. So if you see glimpses of me looking kind of like a zombie, I have not been taken over by paint zombies. I have been messed up with in my computer, not in my computer, on my phone from filming. But so I relabeled this to March. Slow here. And I'm just going to put all my paper in here. I found another file folder full of paper. I think this one was from Halloween, but I altered it. I curated it. I didn't alter it. I curated it and took out things that I think I can use for landscapes and backgrounds and landscape type stuff. In my landscapes, I know there are a couple red buildings, so I pull out a little red from a Halloween folder, and then I mostly it's browns and blues and greens and variations of that, or things that I can add browns, blues, and greens to. Some of this, which is left over from the February folder, I might be able to add stuff too, so I'm keeping it in this folder. Now, this folder may be thicker than I need. Well, there's probably no doubt that it's more paper than I need, but I have options. I can add stuff like to that one maybe a little bit, just have an undercoating of words somewhere. I end up, I think, putting most all of this in the folder for March. And you do not have to do this. This is just some parameters I've given myself, challenges I've given myself. Use this pack of paper. I won't use it all up, but I can't pilfer through my huge box of paper behind me to use in my daily spreads of this journal. Now, so far, I only have 12 prompts. I do have them all. They're all places picked out in California, and I don't know if I told you, it's California postcards. So, and it's actually a specific part of California. If you've watched me for a long time, you may have already guessed what specific part it is. But this is what I intend to do. And I'm going to leave out the picture on the page. And the picture is going to go, or the page is going to go, the spread is going to go across both pages. So it's going to be 8 by 8. This is where I was telling you that. For some reason now, that looks like the speed is better. But anyhow, I want them to be abstract, mainly because if you haven't been able to tell by now, I'm not trained. I just do this because I love it. And I don't follow the rules on anything I do. I'm not a rebel per se, but I'm also a sewer. And when it comes to sewing, I don't follow the rules there either. I just do things I know I like. So I'm going to put these little tiny pieces left over from the Halloween folder and February's folder and put them in here. And that way, if I need some other color or scraps or whatever, I have options there too. This is not a master's class on how to do this. This is me playing and having fun, collaging places that I recognize or have been to, and in an abstract sort of form, and making another excuse to glue paper to paper, or paper that I painted to paper, or paper that I've got around packages, or paper that I eco printed, or got rusty in something. Just stuff. Another reason to glue paper to paper, basic, really and truly. And there are quite a few new people on here, and if you haven't watched any of the older videos, there's an ungodly amount on here. Not recommended by YouTube at all, but that's how I do things. Again, I don't follow the rules. And I'm not sponsored by YouTube or anybody. It's just my husband, and he doesn't know it, so we won't tell him. Right. I just am not trained, and I don't follow the rules, and I'm not good with the color wheel and all of that. I do what I like, and what I see. Hold on a second. There's a dog here. Dog and husband taken care of. Again, I don't have a clue as to what I'm doing. I just know when I like things, and it could be violating every single art rule there is out there, and I really don't care. So if you know art rules and you see me making a horrible gafu, and what is she doing? That doesn't go next to that color. Just keep it to yourself. I don't get any bad comments on here. Very, very rarely. I don't have enough followers to get into some of the bad stuff that happens on the internet. So hopefully nobody will say that anyhow. I just have fun. It is only to have fun. So here I'm telling you, I'm picking out greens and browns and blues. Some for a little bit of texture. I love a good book page. Some of these are still stuck together. These are things I can add color to or cover up or whatever. I know I just love these textures, and it gives me a combination of things to choose from. Some of them are just wipe off paintbrushes paper, but those can be done something too. These are from jelly plates. These are jelly plates that I've added to. That kind of looks like an Indian hieroglyphic there, but that would be fun. Some of them have too much yellow. I love a good yellow, but granted, for this, yellow's not going to be the best thing to work. That's Tomoe River paper. This is gorgeous. That is copy paper for Halloween pumpkins. Now, here's some red. I am going to put this red in here because I know there's a couple red buildings that I'm going to need to kind of work with. And this is good enough for my red buildings. Here's some great green. These are just things that I scribbled on. Some of this is printable. Some of this is transparencies that I've painted on and then cut windows out of, but I can maybe use them. I don't know. Do I put it in the pile? I don't remember. Yes, I do. Some of these are small reprints of things I've done on Procreate. Some of them are printables. The one in my right hand is a printable from, I'm not sure who, and then this is Tomoe River paper that I painted on with watercolors, and it just does marvelous things. But I don't think I want to use these. Oh, yep, I put them in the envelope. I may not use them though. I can't. Oh, look at that one. That could be all kinds of crazy things. Thicker paper, but that's okay. It's all a free-for-all here. This has hardly anything on it, but the foundation is something possibly for a landscape. Here's some black and white Tim Holtz papers from Halloween. They're good for anything in this form. I photocopied them in black and white. I can put color over them. I can use them for shadows or whatever. Again, it's going to be abstract. It's just like I did in my journal for February. It's not going to be completely, okay, the Golden Gate Bridge is 9 inches long. Convert it to your size piece of paper. Let's make it 2 inches. Nope, not doing any of that. None of that. Is it maybe going to be in the right place? Kinda, hopefully. But look at that one. I love that one. It's just another excuse. Green pumpkins or melons. Just another excuse to cut up paper paint paper, glue paper to other pieces of paper, and then maybe cut them up again, and then maybe paint them some more, and then glue them down again, and put them in a journal. That's just what we do here. I don't always do collage, but I have found that I love collage. That's kids' construction paper. I gave myself one piece of each color. When it's gone, it's gone. If I don't use it, fine. But sometimes I just do painting for a couple days. I'm really itchy to do some paint, but oh my God, I got to use up some of this paper. So yeah, this was my Halloween folder from Halloween 2023. At least I'm not in 2021 now. I have made some progress. And there was a little folder stuck in there of stuff, and I think I put that in here too. Probably. I know this is way too much paper, but it gives me choices and a selection, a wide variety of a selection, and it'll be fun to figure out what I want to use, what I don't use. It would be fun to look at it at the very end of the project and say, oh, you didn't do this, 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 and this, but you did add that to this. Oh, cool. That's the fun of it. That's the fun of it. It's all therapy for me. I'm very selfishly, I do these for me. It's very much of a therapeutic practice that I do this every day. Highly not recommended for anybody, but there's some crazy people that watch it every single day. I'm hoping they watch on fast forward. Okay, this is the folder, not the folder, the traveler's notebook I'm going to put it in. That piece of paper is the stamps from the store. There's a store in Charlotte now called Good Postage, thanks Judy, that sells traveler's notebook things now, products. And I know there's one in LA. I know there's one in, probably a couple in New York. There's one in Florida, and now there's this one in Charlotte, and I don't know of any more. And I'm not a aficionado. There's probably one in San Francisco someplace, but anyhow, this is turquoise paper. So I'm going to use this precious, precious commodity here. I can get more, but instead of hoarding it for another year, I'm going to use it. And not every page is going to be turquoise, but it just has a foundation of luscious, luscious colored paper. It's very thin. It's almost like construction paper, but that's okay. So join me while we make California postcards in an 8x8 spread every day for at least 12 days. And I might extend it and film a few ahead of time so that I go into my trip, because I'm leaving 14th, 15th of March, somewhere, or 16th. It depends on weather and moods and me getting my act together, packing wise, not clothes, quilting supplies. The clothes are packed and very few. The quilting supplies are amazing amounts of fabric. I already have some stacked on a corner on the couch in our bedroom, and my husband's like, what is all this? I'm like, it's stuff I'm taking to Missouri. He goes, are you renting a rental truck? I'm like, no. He goes, you may need to. But anyhow, he's quite, after 29 years of marriage, he's quite used to my more is more is better policy on everything. Anyhow, it's going to be fun. I don't know how long it's going to be. I have 12 picked out so far. I don't know what all I'm going to do. Oh, look, the speed started to kick in finally. Anyhow, there's all kinds of sceneries. There's trees. There's water. There's Frank Lloyd Wright. There's animals. It's going to be fun. Finally, the speed kicked in. I don't know what happened to my camera. Anyhow, thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow in a California postcard. Bye.